Hi, Trinity kiddos. Welcome back to another Bible story with Bekah. We are going to continue reading about Moses in the Old Testament. We started all the way back at Moses' birth when he was floated down a river in a basket and found by Pharaoh's daughter. And last week we read about the 10 plagues that God sent to let God's people go, to free them from Pharaoh's slavery. And Pharaoh finally let God's people go and let Moses take them out of Egypt. So that's where we're going to start this week with a story called the Red Sea. So if you want to open up to page 84 in your Spark Story Bible, and we will read the story called the Red Sea. Here we go. It was a long journey leaving Egypt. The Israelites camped on the shore of the Red Sea. The people were feeling really nervous. Moses squinted into the darkening sky. Had he heard something? Something in the distance? Moses shook his head slowly. He did not trust Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, to keep his promise. "Do you think Pharaoh followed us?" Aaron asked. Moses stood listening. "We will see," Moses said. "We will see." Moses didn't have to wait too long. Soon a growing cloud of dust rose up in the distance. A rumble of horse hooves thundered toward the travelers. They could see them clearly now. Hundreds of Pharaoh's chariots charged towards them. Hundreds of soldiers followed with orders to bring the people back. "We're trapped," someone yelled. A strong wind began to blow. Cries went up from the people. "Moses," they shouted, "have you brought us here to die?" "Don't be afraid," Moses told his people. "Stand firm. God is with us." Moses gripped the staff in his hand. "Prepare to move out," he shouted into the wind. "Where, Moses?" Aaron said. "There's no place to go." "Through the Red Sea," Moses said. "God will make a way." Moses stood on the edge of the shore. He raised his right arm. He stretched his staff out over the white waves. The waters trembled and divided. The wild wind soared. Soon a wall of water stood on the left and on the right. Dry land appeared between the walls. A safe path to the other side. "Move now," Moses ordered. How strange it must have felt to step onto the sandy path. How scary to feel the spray from the water waiting on either side. Would God save them? Would God keep the promise to Moses? In the morning, Pharaoh's army stood on the Red Sea's shore. They saw the Israelites safe on the other side. Soon chariots groaned and soldiers cracked their whips. Pharaoh's army moved slowly across the rocky and sandy path. "They will catch us," a young woman yelled. "Watch and wait," said Moses. Moses once again held his staff up over the walls of waves. Tons of water came tumbling down. Horses, chariots, and riders were all swept into the sea. From the safe shore came the sounds of singing and dancing, led by Miriam, Moses' sister. "Sing to the Lord," the Israelites shouted. "God has saved us." So in this story, God's people, the Israelites, were very scared. At first, they were scared because Pharaoh's chariots and horses were coming to bring them back to Egypt and to bring them back to slavery. But then Moses, with God's help, made this path in the Red Sea, and they were scared to walk down this sandy path with water on either side. It was very scary for them, but God led them through. And so from this story, I want you to think about a time when you were scared, or multiple times that you were scared. What were you scared of? When was that? And was there anything that comforted you during that time? And in the future, just remember that if you're ever scared, God will be with you, just like he was with the Israelites and with Moses during this scary time of walking through the Red Sea. Next week, we'll read yet another story about Moses. He is a very important character in the Old Testament. So join us next week for another story. We will see you then. Bye, everyone.